welcome to Zesty Disc Golf. Today I'm at Sundance Park Disc Golf Course. This is an 18-hole course located in Buckeye, Arizona. I'm going to take you with me to play all 18 holes. Then I'm going to list its pros and cons, and then after I'll give it a Zest score. Okay, hole number 1, par 3, 268 feet. I'm gonna do 2 discs on this one. We're gonna start with the Nuke SS. I'm gonna do this one forehand. And not where I wanted it to be. That's good. Okay. It's a tad bit windy today. Second one I'm gonna do is my diamond. That's better. I ended up not taking the Nuke, and that's a yellow jacket hive right there. So I will end up taking the Nuke. So let me go play that up on the hill real quick. Move that over here. We'll just quickly forehand that. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna have to dig my disc out of there because I ain't walking over there. I ain't getting stung. About 15 feet or so. Nice. Good par on hole number 1. All right, coming up on hole number 2, we have a par 3, 312 feet. Baskets between all these trees over here. And then for this one, I'm just going to throw the Nuke again and throw it forehand. I want to try and keep it away from that deadly tree over there. And then over here on the right, there is a wash, so also want to keep it away from there. Well, that slight wind is not helping. All right, for this one, I am going to try and angle it well so it can get a little skip on it, but I'm going to use the trace for this one. Just hit the tree. The thought process was good, execution was bad. All right, basket is just on the other side of this tree. So I'm just gonna try with a putter shot to get to it. Let's forehand this one actually. Oof, not high enough. All right, got a decent putt. So this is gonna be a putt for bogey. All right, it's good. Next hole, number 3, it is a par 3, 268 feet. And basket is, again, just between all these trees. So for this one, I'm going to try and kind of do the same skip tactic. So I'm going to use that trace again. And we'll see how we can do this. I like to try and get it between those two. And then there's also a triple mando as well. So you got to make it under and then between these 2 trees. I'll hit that tree. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it. Not being sarcastic. Okay, so the shot's about 55 feet away or so. So I'm just going to go for putt on this one using my ZstyDisc crown. I don't know if you can see from that far. All right. Solid putt. All right, this putt's a relatively close one. 10 feet or so. All right, perfect. So it gives us a par. So I believe we are 1 over right now. All right, coming up on hole number 4 is a par 3, 216 feet. This one, probably just gonna use my annex. We're gonna aim towards the right, where that like big wall is. Okay, not too bad. I'm actually gonna throw one more. Let's throw. We'll do the trace again. So this one I gotta throw more right than that. A little bit better. Yeah, it's about the same. I think it landed exactly the same spot. So yeah, they landed in the exact same spot. So yeah, I'm gonna take the annex because it's closer, and it's also the first shot that I threw. Ooh. And we should be able to finish this putt off easily for another par. Yep, there we go, another par. All right, hole number 5. It's a par 3, 251 feet. The basket is just straight ahead. Now, there's not really a tee box for this one, it's just dirt, but it's pretty smoothed out, so it's actually not really a problem. For this one, I'm just going to use trace again. And we're going to try and aim towards that tree, that big tree on the right. Not bad. I put it too far up, so the distance can get super far, but that's okay. All right, so this one is about 60 or so feet away. So we'll use the crown for this one. A better view of it. Looks decent. Okay, not too bad. All right, so this one we should have for an easy par. Here we are. All right, on to hole number 6. For hole number 6, we have par 3, 221 feet. The basket is right in front of the house, right? And again, another dirt tee box. So just kind of use your discretion where to throw. I'm just going to throw probably right in the middle as the line. So oh, look at that. There's a little bunny. All right. Looks really nice. Okay. It's a good throw. All right. I'm going to try not to show this house, but we'll try and make this putt. Ooh, just hit basket. All right, looks like we're gonna have another for par. All right, quickly make this for par. All right, on to hole number 7. All right, for hole number 7, we have a par 3, 294 feet. And we do have this really nice green tee box. And the basket is just behind that tree in the middle of the hill. This one, there's not really a good spot to put the tripod, so it's gonna be kind of, so it might be hard to see. For this one, I'm gonna use the diamond because I do want it to go right. I don't want it to go anywhere near those houses. So I'll throw it and then try and stand out of the way as well. Oh, bad throw. Right at the tree right there. So that diamond is a little light. So I think the wind just kind of picked it up a little bit, which is why we had the problem. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna backhand it with I'm gonna use the buzzsaw. That should be good as long as it makes it up the hill a little bit. Nope, doesn't make it. And yeah, I do always hate this hole, just because I'm not really a fan of how it's directly behind the houses. I don't want to throw anything over. This one is about 25 feet, I would say. It's also a little uphill, so we'll try and overcompensate on that one. I'm gonna roll back down the hill. No, I think it's stuck. Stay up there. Okay, so it's about 10 feet. So should be a bogey. All right, nice. So we are 2 over right now in the front. Now this one I have a love-hate relationship for. Hole number 8 is a 500 foot. So par 4 for a beginner, or it's a par 3 for an intermediate. I'm playing it as a par 4 because I can't go that far. But yeah, and the basket is just over that like mound, or like that wall of rocks. And kind of the trick to this one I've learned is that you got to throw it over. You got to get it over that rock wall. So this one I'm going to try with the Harrier. So we'll try and throw left a little bit more, and then hopefully we can get it over that wall. That is the goal. Yeah, once you're over the wall, it puts you up for kind of a much better position to throw. And that might do it. Nope, it's gonna come back down just in front of the wall. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. See if this one does it for me. This is the ZstyDisc Underworld. That might make it over the wall. I made it on the hill, so. All right, well, let's take the Underworld then. Why not? All right, this one doesn't actually really have the best camera position, so I'm gonna just kind of shine on the basket and then put an indicator of where my disc is. All right, just kind of right in the middle. I was hoping we'd be a little bit closer for a birdie, but not yet. All right, on this one we're about 80 or so feet. So I'm actually gonna use the buzzsaw. Oh, I got a piece missing out of this. All right. Ooh, not where I wanted it, but that should be in within putt range. Okay, so we are 20 feet, 15 feet maybe. Okay, cool. So that is a par-ish. I threw 2 discs. I took the good one. We'll say it's a par. It's my channel. On to hole 9. All right, hole number 9. It's a par 3, 287 feet. And the basket is right in front of that wall right there. It's a lot closer to the wall, but it's right there. And this one is always super tricky for me. Might just try and keep it on the right side. So we'll go with the diamond again. And just try and keep it over maybe by that big tree. Okay. Because I'd rather keep it in the dirt than, because there's like big rocks right in the middle, and I really hate being over there in those. It was a good throw. I don't know if it's out of bounds or not. Says road out of bounds. So I don't know. I'm not gonna mark it as out of bounds. So yeah, this is a great throw. It's exactly where I wanted it. Yeah, this one went pretty far. actually, kind of farther than I expected. So maybe like the high 200s. So this one, use the Zaw again, and then maybe just try and keep it more over to the right over here. Yeah, like I said, maybe this is out of bounds. I don't know, I'm not gonna play it as out of bounds. I don't care that much. Ooh, not where I wanted it to go. Yeah, right in the rocks, not at all where I wanted it to go. Let's do another. Let's do the crown. But we will take the buzz on that one. That's a little bit better, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely where I had intentions of it going. So, okay, for this putt, I'm going to use my judge. Move that big ass rock out of the way. Ooh, parked right by the feet. I'm not sure if my camera has the right distance, or if you can hear me, but just like that. For bogey. Pick up the crown. On to hole number 10. All right, hole number 10, par 3, 482 feet. And the basket, you have to get it around the left corner of the wall, and then the basket's over there by like another 90 feet maybe. So let's go. All right, for this one, I'm gonna go with the trace. And then for this, you really want to throw it over there in those trees. You want to keep it down. You don't want it to get anywhere over there because then it's over the wall. And then the tee pad's all the way up here actually, so it's a little far. But yeah, goal, aim towards those trees over there for sure. Keep it down. Didn't aim for those trees, but I did keep it down, which is good. I might be in a good spot to kind of curve it around that corner. So for this one, I'm going to use the same exact disc. And again, I just want to try and get it around this corner without going over the wall. So I want to keep it down, probably more around there. Yeah, that's all right. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's decent. Yeah, once you get around that corner, the basket's definitely farther. I like probably like 100 or so feet from the corner. So I'm gonna forehand this one and try and keep it low to get it under this tree here. Oh, that wobbled really badly. So it's definitely gonna be a bogey hole. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I gotta make this putt for bogey or it's double bogey. All right, and for this, we are going to use our crown again. Oh. Lubby's in here, so I'm gonna quickly. All right. We'll just get our double bogey. Springtime, so a lot of bees pollinating. All right, we're now coming up to hole number 11. It's par 4, 515 feet or 732 feet. There is a closer tee box up there. But I'll play this back one. 732 feet, why not? And then for this, we just want to kind of keep it in the middle. It's kind of the goal. So I'll just use the NX. It's kind of the straightest disc I can throw. Ears hurting. Okay. Yeah, super straight disc. I skipped a little under the tree, but that's fine. We're in a decent spot still. For this one, we'll use the trace again. This tree actually sucks when I think about it. I'm gonna try and maybe forehand it a little bit. That actually seemed to level out nicely. All right. Much better spot for the second shot. Third shot. Third shot. We're on a flat surface, which is really nice. So I might just go kind of forehand with the nuke again. Let's see if that can get us a little bit farther where we want to be. Yeah. Oh, it was really good. Tree kind of cucked us there. So the basket is just in front of that second tree. So I'm actually gonna try. I want to try and go maybe up and over the tree. See if that'll work. I don't know if I'm gonna make it over. That's actually exactly what I wanted though. Okay. Exactly what I wanted. I need to go out a little bit farther, but good shot. Hole number 11. So I'm not sure if this one is for bogey or not. Yeah, I think that last one would have been for par. So this is for bogey. And then if I miss this, the next one's for double bogey. Ooh, not too bad. Not too bad. But that's fine. Yeah, we'll take the double bogey on this one. It's a far hole. Kind of hurts me. Okay. We will finish this off for, like I said, I think it's a double bogey. I'm not 100% sure. I will put it on the screen. All right, double bogey, 732 feet, pretty long hole. All right, next we are at hole number 12, par 3, 395 feet. And it is behind those double trees right there. This one, you really just want to get it over the rocks. So I'm actually going to take it to the right of this tree right here. And I will use the trace for this one. Okay, good. Ooh, did not feel good. Is it going to go in front of it? Might just go in front of it. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Went between. That's not bad. And I actually really like the spot that I'm in on this one. So I'm going to use the annex for this. Because I got a pretty open shot. So yeah, let's just take it out to the right a little bit. Get it away from those rocks over there on the left. Not as good as I wanted, but it's okay. It's in a good spot. It's in a flat surface, and then kind of a direct shot to the basket. All right, so we are about 50, 60 feet away, maybe. So. Ooh, didn't come back like I wanted it to. All right. Okay, so this bogey shot's about 15 feet or so. All right, cool. Take a bogey over a double bogey any day. All right, hole number 13 at Sundance Park's disc golf course, par 3, 390 feet. Basket is just next to that tree right there. This one I'm gonna go back to the Harrier just because it does have, like I said, a little bit more weight to it. It is a little windy. I'm fine with going in the rocks. I'm not fine with going over there to the right because that's where the water ravine is. So we'll give it a second for the wind to maybe die down. Birds go nuts. All right, wind's not dying down, so we'll just go. Ooh, is that gonna roll? It's gonna roll, but not a good roll. That's actually the worst roll. It's still going. Wow. So the roll ended up over there somehow. Don't know how, but okay. So on paper it is closer, but like 50 feet closer maybe? Not that much closer. So we're gonna use the trace on this one. Try and keep it right, try and keep it a little low. Oh, that did not go low at all. Oh, is that in the rocks? That is in the rocks. Unfortunate. Wind is really messing with me today. I'm not really used to playing in wind because it is really not windy ever in Arizona. So, okay, this one we'll just do another backhand with the zaw. Ooh. Oh, that was terrible. I can only blame the wind so much, you know. These back holes are not treating me well. Alright, so this is going to be for a bogey putt. Alright, more like a double bogey putt. Just finish this off real quick. Double bogey. Whew. Not checked the score recently, but I'm like 6 over maybe. I'm not doing well. Coming up on hole 14. This is a par 3, 207 feet. Basket is just up on the hill. This is one of my favorites, so I am going to throw 2 on this one. Do the trace in the NX. Let's do the trace first because that is the one that I will take, whether I like it or not. Ooh. I'm taking it. I committed. All right. And then this next one, trace. Wow. I believe I hit the pole on that one. I lied. I'll take the trace. Yeah, I lied. I gotta recoup some score a little bit. That landed about right here. So maybe a little bit more power that would have gone in. That would have been nice. All right, we are coming up on a hole number 15. This is a par 3, 299 feet, and directly between all the trees. And we also have a really nice tee pad again for this one. So, all right, this one I'll throw the trace again. I want to try and get it between these trees and then end up in the dirt over there on the left. It's kind of the ultimate goal, so I have to keep it low. This one keeps wanting to not go low, other than that last one, where I almost aced it, which I had to take, by the way. I got to get my score down a little bit. It's like 6 over, so now I think 5 over. So, okay, so let's do this. Ooh. All right, I might go in the middle at least, which will be nice. Nope, middle of the rocks. We'll do one more. We'll do the now. You know what? Let's do the Harrier on this one. This wind is really doing it again. Okay, it's a little down now. Oh, pick back up. So for this, I'll probably go. I'm trying to think of how to do this one. So I probably need to go directly over the tree, and then it should maybe level out. So Wrong tree. Yeah, not good. Not a good one. Okay. Let's take the trace. All right, so I'm gonna take the Zaw, and then I gotta go all the way over there to where that one landed. Where did it land? All right, let's do a forehand on this one. Okay, it's not too bad. All right, should be an easy putt. There we are. So that is technically a par on this one, I think. I don't think those rocks are out of bounds, but I have to look back at the footage. See what the sign says. All right, next up we have hole 16. This is a par 3, 241 feet. Basket is just around the bend right there. Now for this one, I'm definitely gonna forehand it. I'm gonna use the Nuke SS. We'll try and aim out to the left a little bit. This should hopefully end up on my right. Ooh, took a bad step right there. All right, I'm gonna throw another because I don't like what that did to my ankle. All right, this one I'll just throw the trace, do another forehand on this one. Yeah, that's a much better one. That's kind of what I was expecting, but my heel took a little slide. So these both didn't end up in terrible spots. They're not too far away from each other, about 30 feet or so. So I am going to take the trace just because that step on that Nuke was a little funky. So, all right, and then we'll just go for the putt with the crown. Ooh, all right. Best. I'm still trying to work on what putting form I want to use. Kind of back and forth because I suck with both. So, okay, and we will finish this one off with a par 416. On to hole 17, my favorite hole. All right, next hole is hole 17. This is a par 3, 223 feet. This is an island hole, looks like, but there is not a drop zone anywhere, so you just kind of play wherever. This hole is actually the reason why I bought a tripod, because I wanted to kind of see my shots on this. But we're going to throw 4 discs on this one, actually. I'm going to throw the buzz, trace, annex, and then I'm going to forehand a Nuke. So first one we're going to do is the annex, and then I will, it depends how good these shots are, but I'll probably use that one as my main shot for this. That looks really good. All right, nice. Yeah, that was absolutely great. All right, next one we'll do trace. We'll send this one farther out to the right, but again, still needs to be down more. Keep having that problem with that. Or keep popping up a little bit. Making sure my tripod doesn't fall over again from the wind. It's good, but didn't go far enough right. Okay. Next up we have the buzz. That does look good. It's just stays in the tree. Wow. Very little movement on that. And the last one, we're just going to forehand a Nuke. Nuke SS. And it looks like it will turn over really nicely, actually. Yeah, that was a really good one. It was a really good forehand. Trying to get better with that forehand because that one's a little complex for me. So both of these were pretty good shots. I think the Nuke was better, just by a few feet. They're both really excellent, I would say. Ooh, that spit out. No. That's fine. Let's get par on this one at least. And now we are on to hole 18 to finish up. All right, hole number 18. This is another one that plays as a par 3 or par 4. It's a 263 feet or 510 feet from here. And then the basket is just straight ahead. Now this one, again, I do not really have a good position on the tripod, but I am going to try 2 shots again on this. We'll do the annex and the nuke. Annex, I'd like to try and take it between these trees. The nuke, definitely get it there, and you kind of want to get it up on the hill as well. So first one I will do is I'll do the annex. Again, I'll just try and shoot between there, try to get on that flat surface over there. Oh, nope, right in the tree. Terrible. Okay, well then we will do the nuke. Do the nuke. Just send it between these trees right here. And another one that's not good. Wow. Trees just fucking sucked onto both of those. Okay, so for this, I'll just take that nuke. Again, try and just do another forehand on it. Skip up. Did skip up. Just hit the rocks. So I got up on this hill. So now I'm going to use the annex to try and cop to send it around a little bit. It's nice. I'll hit that tree. Nice. Okay. It's decent. Okay, so this will be my 4th shot. So this has to go in for par. This wind, man. Wind is brutal today. Ooh. Weirdly, was fine. Could have been better, but weirdly worked out. All right, let's get this in for a bogey. Ooh, swing and a miss. All right, let's get this in for a double bogey. There we go. All right, that wraps things up for Sundance Park Disc Golf Course. This is an 18-hole course located in Buckeye, Arizona. It's a really good course. I think it has like a lot of really good holes. I would say it's pretty intermediate level course. Some pros that I did write down for the course is I do think that there's lots of shot variations. There's a decent amount of trees, so I think that's pretty great to have. It really kind of adds some complexity and makes it, kind of less stale, while some others just don't really have much like obstacles in the way. There is good parking. I mean, that's kind of huge. You can park pretty much right next to hole number 1. Mostly good 2 pads. Holes 5, 6, 13 are loose dirt. I think 17's, or not 17's, 17's a good one as well. But there are some other ones that are some loose dirt. So, like hole 16. Hole 16 is the one where I almost rolled my ankle. So, and then there is some shade as well. Just because there are trees, you will have some shade. So, one big problem though with this course is probably the biggest problem. The biggest turn I would say. That it is next to a water treatment facility plant right here. So if it is windy some days, and the wind's kind of blowing east to west or west to east, it just smells really bad because it's like dookie water. So, dookie water doesn't smell good. So yeah, it can definitely make the place smell heinous. So if you do have like a sensitive, sense of smell or something like that, I'd probably advise from playing this course, just because it can. There's been times where it's been unbearable. There was one time I came here and the first 5 holes, I just had to kind of plug my nose and play, and it's like you don't really want to play with that. Another one I really don't like is that the course is behind people's homes, so it's one thing you don't want to like just kind of throw discs in someone's yard. So just kind of be careful with what you're throwing. Don't get too risky with it. And then finally, this one's kind of very, very minor, but if it does rain, this course is just going to be pure mud. So if it rains. We don't get much rain here in Arizona, so And then for the Zest score, I think this is a really, really good course. I would probably give this, I think, an 8.5 out of 10. Only reason why it's kind of not higher than that is just because, yeah, the water treatment facility. But I think it is a great course. I think it has a lot of like really, really cool holes, really fun holes. So, yeah, I hope you check it out. And so thanks for watching, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.